Hello everybody, my name is Kazu, nice to meet you. This is part of my 365-day daily challenge, speaking English for 30 minutes straight. Today is day 303. I've been practicing rap. Wait a minute, Yeti, how you live it? 10,000, you're gonna be standing on business. I'm a big stepper, underground method, top notch, hoes get the nose, not the top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Straight terror. Product of your errors. Wait a minute, Katie, how you live it? 10,000, where we standing on business. I'm a big stepper, underground method, top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Straight teller, product of your errors. Today is day 303. 303. Everyone. Today is day 303. Great. 62. I have 62 days left. Okay. Today, I went for work. Yeah, I did my tasks. That's it. And tomorrow I wanna go for a run in the morning. I actually wanna run over 10 kilometers. I wanna make it normal to me. Anyway, let's review yesterday's challenge. Can I say if I skip this challenge for several days, the day I complete this challenge gets pushed back by the number of days. The day I complete this challenge gets pushed back by the same number of days. Yeah, I went to climb Mount Tsukuba with my girlfriend, and we made it to the top. Yeah, I don't want to make this normal for me. Skipping this challenge almost has kind of became skipping this challenge has kind of become normal for me, almost. But I don't want to make it normal, and I'm almost at the end of this challenge, and I have 62 days left. Anyway, I want to talk about last Saturday, the day I went to Mount Tsukuba. So I woke up really. I want to talk about the day I went to Mount Tsukuba. So on that day, I woke up really early, like 5 a.m., and I departed at 6:45 maybe, because it took 2 hours from home to the base of the mountain, about 2 hours. I met my girlfriend in the train, and then we took a bus to the base of the mountain. Then from there we climbed. We climbed the mountain. It wasn't that hard. Actually, she had been uh, she had been she had been a long time since she had climbed a mountain. So she how can I say it? She tended to take a break very often, and it's not, yeah, and I am also, a beginner. So we just slowly climbed the mountain, and then it was cloudy, so we couldn't see. We couldn't. なんだっけ? Yeah, we couldn't see. We couldn't enjoy the view because it was misty and cloudy. She really likes mountain climbing. That she had been a long time since she had climbed. So the view from the top wasn't that beautiful, just only, mist, just a white view. It was misty and cloudy. We enjoyed the nature. Yeah, we just enjoyed the nature at Mount Tsukuba. We enjoyed the nature at Mount Tsukuba, and we also enjoyed spending time at the top, like in the top. On the top だっけ? In the top だっけ? At the top だっけ? Yeah, we enjoyed spending time at the top. Yeah, we enjoyed spending time at the top. There are, and if you want, you can go to the top by ropeway. And there was a wide open area. You can use fire. There was a designated area where you could use fire. So people use fire to cook or boil water for cup noodles. People can boil water for cup noodles, yeah. So it wasn't that tough. It had been, Kasoka. I said she had. But it had been a long time since she had climbed the mountain as well. And the Mount Tsukuba was considered, the Mount Tsukuba is considered a beginner friendly mountain. Beginner friendly something, okay. Mount Tsukuba is considered a beginner friendly mountain. And also, it had been a long time since she had climbed the mountain as well. That's why we slowly climbed the mountain. You know, we took breaks. Intermittent. We took breaks very often, and we climbed very slowly. That's why we took 3 hours to the top, but it was fun, and we enjoyed climbing itself. But also, we enjoyed spending time at the top. Like there was, you know, wide open area, and there were some shops for food and souvenirs, and there was a designated area where we could use fire. So people people use fire to boil water for cup noodles or just for cooking. Anyway, and she already had some equipment for camping, like a portable gas stove. It's a really small like this, and you can boil water very quickly because it's small and the fire was very strong. And so she had those equipment, and so we heated up some curry from a pouch, rechilled curry. We heated up some rechilled curry, and she forgot to bring rice for the curry. So we bought some food. We thought, food. We bought some food that would go well with the curry. We bought some food that would go well with curry instead. We chose things that we thought would go well. We chose things that we thought would go well with the curry. We chose rice stick wrapped in meat and steamed meat pan. A meat pan. The meat pan was a good combination with curry. It was really good. Yeah, but the rice stick wrapped in meat was so-so. Yeah, the meat pan was really fluffy and it has meat inside. I thought would we I thought we would climb down by foot, but she didn't. She was really tired, and she suggested that we would be able to use ropeway to the way back down. To the base. So we took the ropeway. So if you want to do that, you can take it from the base to the top. So some people, yeah, did that. Like they looked like very casual clothes. They didn't wear boots, or just they wore sandals. So maybe they must have used ropeway instead. Anyway, it was fun. I woke up really early, like 5 a.m., around 5 a.m., and left home. I said departed. Because it took about 2 hours to get. Foot なんかさ、ChatGPT changed very often. They changed what it was saying. Like it said, the base was not odd. But this time, ChatGPT said the foot is natural. Base was a little bit weird. Anyway. Get on the train ga, so ka, get on the train ga. I met up with my girlfriend on the train. I met my girlfriend. I met up with my girlfriend on the train, because it took about 2 hours to get from my home to the foot of the mountain. Then we took a bus to the base, he said, to the foot of the mountain from the station, from Tsukuba station, from the Tsukuba station. From there, we started climbing the mountain. We started climbing. From there, we started climbing the mountain. It wasn't that hard, actually. It had been a long time since she had climbed the mountain. She hadn't climbed the mountain in a long time. She hadn't climbed the mountain in a long time. She hadn't climbed a mountain in a long time. She wanted to take breaks pretty often. She wanted to take breaks pretty often. I'm also a beginner when it comes to hiking. I'm also a beginner when it comes to hiking. So we climbed the mountain slowly. We took our time climbing the mountain. Take our time. We took our time climbing. We took our time climbing the mountain. We took our time climbing the mountain. It was cloudy and misty, so we couldn't really enjoy the view. It was so cloudy and misty that we couldn't see much from the top. She really likes hiking. She hadn't gone hiking in a long time. She hadn't climbed the mountain in a long time, or it had been a long time since she had climbed a mountain. She hadn't climbed a mountain in a long time. But she hadn't gone hiking in a long time either. The view from the top was completely white because of the mist. The view from the top was completely white because of the mist. We enjoyed the nature at Mount Tsukuba. We enjoyed the nature at Mount Tsukuba. We enjoyed spending time at the top. At the top. If you want, you can take the ropeway almost all the way to the top. There was a wide open area with a designated spot where people could use camping stoves. Portable gas stove. Use camping stoves. People were using portable stoves to cook or boil water for cup noodles. Mount Tsukuba is considered a beginner-friendly mountain. Mount Tsukuba is considered a good mountain for beginners. We took a lot of breaks along the way and climbed at a slow pace. We took a lot of breaks along the way and climbed at a slow pace. We took a lot of breaks along the way. We took a lot of breaks along the way and climbed at a slow pace. That's why it took us about 3 hours. As it took us about 3 hours to reach the top. We enjoy the climbing itself. We enjoy the climb itself. There were some souvenir shops. She had already bought some camping gear, camping equipment, like a portable gas stove. It could boil water really quickly because the flame was pretty strong. We heated up some red trout curry. She forgot to bring rice for the curry. We bought some food that we thought would go well with the curry. We bought some food that we thought would go well with the curry. We bought some food that we thought would go well with the curry. We chose a rice stick, meat pan, and steamed bread. We chose a rice stick, a meat pan, and steamed bread. We chose a rice stick, a meat pan, and steamed bread. The meat pan went really well with the curry. The meat pan went really well. We chose a rice stick, a meat pan, and steamed bread. I didn't say that. We chose a rice stick wrapped in meat and a meat pan. The meat pan went really well with the curry. Go well. Surprisingly good. The meat was surprisingly good with the curry, but the rice stick was just okay. Stick wasn't that good with the curry. We thought we were going to hike back down. I thought we were going to hike back down. I thought we were going to hike back down. But she was really tired. She suggested taking the ropeway. She suggested that we take the ropeway back down. I think it's just she suggested that we take the rope way back down. We take the ropeway back down. Taking the ropeway back down to the base. So we took the ropeway back down. You can also take the ropeway from the base almost to the top. They were dressed some people were dressed very casual. They were wearing very casual clothes. Some people were wearing very casual clothes at the top. In the beginning, I couldn't know. I couldn't understand why they were wearing, very casual clothes, because, like, I thought there was only way to the top was the way, only the, because I thought the only way to the top was just climbing. So I was wondering why they were wearing very casual clothes. at the top. But then, I knew in the beginning. Sorry, let me explain this again. In the beginning, I couldn't understand why some people were wearing very casual clothes, because only the way to the top was just climbing. But there was another way. I knew we could use the ropeway to the top. They were wearing hiking boots. They weren't wearing hiking boots. Some of them were even wearing sandals. They must have taken the ropeway instead of hiking. They must have taken the ropeway instead of hiking up. The base form of the verb. The base form of the verb. The bare infinitive. The bare infinitive. The bare infinitive. She suggested that we should take. She suggested that we should take the ropeway back down. But they omit should. That's why you must use the bare infinitive, the base form of the verb. The base form of the verb. At first, I couldn't understand why some people were wearing such casual clothes, because I thought the only way to get to the top was hiking. But later I realized there was another way. You could take the ropeway almost all the way to the top. All the way to the top. At first, I couldn't understand why some people were wearing such casual clothes, because I thought the only way to get to the top was by hiking. But later I realized there was another way. You could take the ropeway almost all the way to the top. Almost all the way to the top. Thank you so much. Bye bye.